rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Rants and Raves. I'm Steph Beckett. This is our post InfoComm 2026 series where we kind of interview a few manufacturers who were at the show about what they saw, what they expected, what they learned from attendees. And joining me this time is Chris Tagoo from Epson. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right, just barely recovering from InfoCom.
Yeah, how are your feet doing?
Not great, but the feeling's coming back, so I'm hopeful for the future.
Great. We love positive energy. I love that. So talk a little bit about InfoComm this year. You spent a week, you talked with your customers, you talked with your partners. What were some of the conversations that defined this year's InfoComm for you?
Yeah, I mean, this year was very interesting. You know, we had a lot of new products to talk about, new product categories to talk about, and I think one of the kind of overarching, messages that I got was that customers are becoming more technology agnostic. You know, they're not interested in the speeds and feeds, as we call it, and they're really looking for ways to solve their issues or create their vision, whatever technology it requires to do that. So a lot of the conversations really started less about, hey, look at this new projector that we have, and more about, this is what I'm trying to accomplish, show me what you have that can do that. So it was pretty cool.
Absolutely. That is something that I actually heard on the show floor across nearly every manufacturer that I talked to, was that customers are less focused, like you said, on the speeds and feeds, the technology itself, and more like on the outcome. Like, what is this going to look like in the end? What will this content do in the end? What am I wanting customers to respond to at the end?
That's right. Yes, and I mean that kind of reflected on how our strategy came into InfoComm this year. Was a lot of our displays was more focused on how we use the technology to display something cool, rather than just static projectors and talking to it. We really wanted to use our projectors to kind of show what's possible.
Do you think we have successfully moved beyond this like InfoComm of the past of just simply having products on a pedestal without actually showing what they can do?
I mean, we're still in the commercial space. That'll take a little bit more time, but I think Epson hopefully is kind of on the forefront of pushing that envelope and making sure we had certain things like ceiling projection.
Yes.
We had that the 4K slider, which I really like. You can see the before and after using projection to make that happen. So, I mean, I started seeing that. I got a little chance to kind of walk around and see what other people are doing, and people are doing some really awesome things. But I think we'll get there. It'll take some time.
Yeah,
But we'll get
take
there.
some time. We are in Pro AV, but I think that we really are starting to see like answer the question of what do customers want to see. They want to see what the product can do.
Right.
So totally with you there. So you guys came into the show with a pretty good amount of announcements, a lot of new products. You had some new projectors, some interactive displays. Of course, you guys entered the DV LED market, which is huge. Which solutions on the floor generated the most interest from attendees this year?
I'm sort of biased, right, because I'm the high brightness projector guy, but I think it was a pretty even split. I think the 30K, because we had it up front, got some interest. People were walking by to see this big, beautiful display. I had a number of people come looking for the DV LED. Of course, that's one of the biggest news of the year. So we had that, but I think we represented a lot of our products, even our ultra short throws and our interactives in such a way that it kind of drew attention in and of itself. So maybe they came to see DV LED, but they're like, oh wow, look at that immersive ultra short throw gallery, really cool. So I would say what probably brought people in was kind of the headlines, but they kind of stuck around for all the cool things that we showed.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Was there anything that surprised you about some of the questions that customers were asking you this year?
Yeah, I think what's interesting, like we kind of talked about this already, but in the past it's kind of been about specs. Is this 4K? Is this, how bright is it? This year, a lot of the conversation was about workflow, which I think is quite interesting. How does this particular technology work in my current workflow? Do I have to modify anything? How does it work well in my my HMI, my interactions with my IT team? What are they going to have to do to make this work? And I think that's an important conversation to have, especially when you're a display manufacturer, making sure that our projectors can work with the control systems that other people use. For example, us using SDM. I think that was actually kind of a key conversation driver, because a lot of these manufacturers, when there are these integrators that are building for large companies that require specifications like, we need to be able to have one IT guy who just got hired yesterday to be able to interact with his iPad and control millions of dollars worth of equipment. So being able to make sure that our projectors and our display, our DV-LEDs, or any of our technology can communicate and work within a workflow that already exists, I think is one of the biggest takeaways that I got.
Absolutely. Another theme that I actually heard across the show floor were organizations looking for a ton of products with flexibility in how things can be used, because their spaces that they were in charge of have to be used so many different ways these days. How did that trend show up in conversations at the Epson booth?
Well, I think, again, for Epson's kind of InfoCom 26 strategy, especially with our products coming in, a lot of the conversation for us is flexibility. Our new 30K, big and bright, but also quite small by comparison, which allows you to put it in places you couldn't before. Mm-hmm. They were very, a lot of people were very interested in the type of lenses that we have that enable projection from places, again, that you couldn't before, whether it's our 90-degree projector or some of our long throw solutions as well, and our DV-LED. So, again, the versatility and being able to choose one manufacturer that has all the solutions that you need, I think was really key for a lot of the customers that we were talking to.
That makes a lot of sense too. And looking across all of the new products that you guys brought to InfoComm, which one or which family do you think best represents where you guys are headed over the next year or a couple years?
I think, all of our solutions really kind of talk to Epson's goal of, compact, efficient, and precise engineering. In particular, the 30K, reducing the size and weight of a product by almost 50% over the course of 6 or 7 years is, really kind of a flagship indicator of where we're going in terms of making things smaller, making things more accessible for customers, so they can, bring their visions to life in places they couldn't. So,
how light is that one again?
It's like 76 pounds. I think the average 30,000 lumen projector is roughly 140 to 150 pounds right now.
Okay, so you're telling me next year it's going to be 10 pounds?
I hope. I mean, who knows? At the rate they're moving, I could probably hold one in my hand. So it would be.
Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. We expect so much from technology that is so small that we can just put in any little weird space. Mm-hmm. So I think that
too, with this 30,000 lumen projector, when we came out with it, in my brain prior to that, I was thinking we're hitting physics limits. There's no way this can be smaller, and then they somehow figure out a way to do it. Just keep going, right?
I'm glad that's not my job to do that. Yeah. Don't ask me. But that's awesome. Y'all, I think that, every year y'all figure out a way to make things a little bit sharper, a little bit brighter, and a little bit smaller, which is pretty incredible.
I like that.
Well, Chris, yeah, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you get some, post InfoComm rest.
I appreciate that.
Where can people find more on Epson?
Epson.com.
Amazing. All right. Thanks, everyone. This has been another episode of Rants and Raves. Don't forget to check out all of our coverage at ravepubs.com/InfoComm. And that is it. We'll see you next time. Bye.
rAVe.